Today we're going to look at a form that most of you are probably familiar with if you're on our site. We have our How's Your Site Rank form and report that's generated, and we're just going to quick take a look at the steps behind generating a report and what some of the data that's returned means. So here we're just picking a random site off the internet. This happens to be a plastic surgery site in Denver. And after you enter the site details, you are presented with this option to enter your email address if you want to have the final site report emailed to you. It can take a considerable amount of time to generate the reports based on server load, so we do provide that option. But if you don't want to provide your email, you can always just click the X and it will go away. Now this report was already generated, so it came up a little quicker than most reports would. But what we're looking at here is initially, how does your site rank? And this is a ranking check in Google. For these phrases, what we do is we take the top 10 plastic surgery phrases, we append the city name of the clinic, of the practice, and then we check Google for those phrases, and we report on the rank, how your site is ranking. Generally there's 10 results on the first page. Google has been changing the page layout quite a bit recently, so sometimes there will be 5, sometimes there will be 15. But generally it's about 10. So if you're ranked number 7, that's lower down on the page. If you're ranked number 4, 1, 2, or 3, you're higher up on the page, above the fold. And then we also grade the site for how it is doing on the pages themselves for targeting that phrase. So we go through all the pages on the site and we find the one that is scoring the highest for that phrase, and then we grade it based on signals we know the search engines are using based on our tests. So we give a grade of A, B, C, D, or F, and here you can see some of the phrases where the site is graded higher are also returned with a higher rank in the search engines. And then somewhere like Botox Denver, where the site has a grade of F, it's actually not even in the top 50 results on Google. And same with Facelift Denver, it gets a grade of F, and it's not on the first page, it's on the second page. So these aren't a direct causation. There's many things that happen off the site that causes this rank to go up also, but getting these page grades to all be A is really the minimum of what you want to do on your site to really improve your search engine rankings. Once all your pages are graded with A, then climbing up further in the results, maybe you want to go from 7 to 1, takes other work off-site in promoting the site. Down here we're looking at who's your largest local competitors online, and what we do is we take who comes up in these search results most often in the highest position, and we're showing you who those competitors are so that you can take a look at their sites, see what they're doing, see what's better about their sites, and then you can also monitor your results against those sites over time to see when you finally do overcome your competition and start taking some of that search traffic back and getting those visitors to come to your site. And finally in the report we have some stats on what else is holding your site back. There's a standard way that you want to create your website, the way that you want to structure your website, and you want to lay it out so that it's easy to read for search engines and it's easy to read for visitors. Here we look for some of the common errors, warnings, and general notices of things you'll want to pay attention to on your site that could be hindering your site performance with Google. If your site has a lot of errors, such as 160, there's probably a configuration problem or something that you'd want to change. That could be anything from pages that come back unresponsive to broken tags on the page, and other misconfigured redirects, other server-side type issues. And same with warnings and notices. Notices are a little less severe, but they are things that you'd want to keep an eye on. If any of these numbers start to increase rapidly on your site as you're adding content, then there's probably a larger issue. So go ahead, enter your site into the Get My Rank form and see how you're performing. Take care.